Thank you so much for joining us for the MUSA 2025 General Election Debate. So this session is for the School of Medical and Health Sciences. So just a reminder that this session is to encourage interaction and dialogue between your candidates and you, for those joining us physically or online. Just a few reminders for us. Let's keep this session professional and respectful and refrain from any sensitive topics or inappropriate issues. So just to cover also the structure of this debate, first the candidates will start with their opening statements, followed by a structured debate between the existing office bearers and the candidates. And lastly, we'll open for live Q&A, and once that's done, the candidates will deliver their closing remarks. So with that, let me introduce the candidates for the School of Medicine and Health Sciences. First, for the male rep, it will be Ellie, and for the female rep, it will be Chloe. So with that, I'll hand it over to the candidates for their opening statement.
So thank you, Justin. Also, good afternoon to the office bearers, the election committee, and both the physical and online audiences. I'm Chloe. Currently, year 2 semester 1 human nutrition students. I'm running for SOMA's female representative alongside Eddie. Serving as an event officer in MUSA SOMAS throughout the year, I have gained valuable experience in event planning and management while enhancing student life and welfare. So through this journey, it reminded me of the importance of creating an inclusive and engaging environment with the student voices. I'm keen to challenge myself to take on this position, not only to represent the students, but also to advocate for SOMA students, ensuring your voices, concerns, and ideas are heard and acted upon.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ali, a Year 1 Sem 2 medical student who's running alongside Chloe. With my experiences as an MU VP license officer for a UNHCR learning center, I learned valuable lessons during my time, such as problem solving, management, and communication skills. With every week serving as a learning experience to make me into the person I am today, I plan to carry it forward as your representative. I desire to be the person our students need for better welfare and representation among SOMA students. Based on our experiences serving in both SOMAs and MU, we value every student's voice and look forward to strengthening partnerships across SOMAs, creating an inclusive and engaging environment that unites and empowers every student. We aim to foster alumni connections with our...
All right, thank you, candidates. So after this, we will start with the structured debate. So now I would like to pass it to the existing office bearers, Jocelyn and Razan, to lead the structured debate segment.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Jocelyn and this is Raz. We are this year's SOMAS representatives. So Chloe and Ali, today our questions will be mostly surrounding your manifesto. So okay, let's start with the first. In your manifesto, you talked about connecting with year and course representatives. Can you talk about why you think this is necessary?
Okay. So for the questions, like why we are trying to connect with the year and course representatives is because this year, SOMAS, we have three courses, nutrition, psychology, and medicine. We are actually lacking of connections with each courses. Maybe an event, only one of the courses will have a lot of participants and other we can't. So we are trying to connect with them. And so we want to hear their voices. We want to hear what they want from us and what they need and what we didn't do well, so we can come up with some more events and some help them to overcome those hurdles or mental experience or just to brighten their campus life.
How would you propose this to the EMOs?
your 30-second thinking time.
So regarding how we approach the EMO, before doing anything such as approaching the EMO, first of all, we want to be fully aware of what our students want and what they need from us to do for them. So until we know that from them very clearly, we're not gonna move to the EMO. For how we're gonna talk with the EMO, we're obviously gonna go through the official channels, emails, and like contacting them directly, and then as well as holding professional meetings where we discuss and truly represent the voices of our students, which is our main role at the end of the day. And try to make it possible. Try to make it possible as well within the borders of the constitution and the ability of the campus.
Okay. Hi guys. So my question for you guys is, this year in MUSA SOMAS, we faced a few challenges related to teamwork, communication, and coordination between the reps and the subcom. So, in your terms, how would you promote accountability and encourage active participation and ensure there is like effective teamwork and clear communication within MUSA SOMS?
Okay, so for this part, we ensure that we will have a clear communication between us so that we can transfer the voices to the subcoms. So for the teamwork contribution, we plan to have a weekly meeting. Maybe like this week, we can have a meeting about our SOMAS year's like arrangement. And also, if there are no meetings, but we will still meet together and we will try to connect with them. Like we know their life better, we make friends, so we can have an easier communication. So this, I think, we can overcome those. So we can build a better teamwork as we know each other's better, so we can work together more better.
Sometimes like when planning for an event or like when you guys are like planning any strategies, some members might not be able to respond. So how would you guys handle this kind of situation where the members are unresponsive and they fail to contribute equally?
So regarding the question, so obviously this commitments, etc., and like joining events. That's something we intend to make very clearly stated when we interview them for the positions. So we weed out whoever that is not able to commit from the very beginning. In the case that sometimes they are unable to commit during their term, this can be a multitude of reasons. Let's say the first one, sometimes just like it's uncontrollable. Sometimes it can be their schedule and so on. For like what we want to do before, obviously me and Chloe understand that not every event all of them can come because all of them have conflicting schedules. What we aim to do is just as much of them to be able to participate as much as possible, and also be very transparent and tell them ahead of time about what plans we want to do instead of doing it last minute or like a week before when they already have plans. So that's one step. But for those that are willingly or like just like are pretty careless in their work, that's disciplinary action that will be conducted privately between us and the member. That's not something that's it basically.
Okay, in your manifesto, you talked about supporting the student voice and organizing their ideal events. How do you plan to create opportunities for all students to express their ideas and concerns?
Okay, so for this question, so the first thing to let them have the chance to show up their ideas. So we are planning to form a merchandise competition next year for the students to contribute their own ideas while forming a sense of belonging as a SOMA student. So they will have the chance to design their own merch, and also we will ask them to vote for the merch they desire. So this can be a very transparent, and we can let them to feel a more belongings of SOMAs. And also we will also hear from them, like we are connecting with the years and course representative. We will hear from them like what they want us to do, what they need. So we will conduct those inter-school events to strengthen their connections within the 3 courses, and also to let them feel like SOMAS is actually helping them. We will support them when they need us. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
What about channels to express their concerns in terms of academics or their course or things related to because medicine, human nutrition, and psychology are very separated. We don't have like a channel for all of them to communicate. So what are your plans on that?
So possible plans are like from what me and Chloe thought about. There's like many possible ways. One of which is the implementation of year and class reps and course reps in general. For example, like in medicine, I have year reps. Chloe, she has class reps. Psychology, from what I'm aware, they don't have reps as of now because they do not have the necessity to do so because they have a psychology student as their SOMAS rep at the same time, so they have no necessity. So coming in as a medical and a human nutrition student, one of the first things we do is try to promote having year reps and class reps, or like intake reps for each course. So and then we can make a group chat with them, for example, and then we can actively communicate with each other about any issues and so on. So we can know how to tackle it, who to contact, and like who exactly, what is the root cause, and like who do we contact exactly. Maybe it's a specific staff, maybe it's the head of school, maybe it's the emo. So that's how we want to tackle it as well. There's also the option of making an anonymous Google form to freely express their opinions as well, but that's also still under consideration as well.
So other than that, we also have our own platform now, the SOMAS Instagram page. We can also post that. We can make ourselves transparent there so they can contact us directly and we can reply them instantly.
Okay, so I have one more. Psychology, sorry about that. Psychology, human nutrition, and medicine students in SOMS, they've had many opportunities to interact with one another. So when it comes to our events, a big majority of participants are always psychology students. So do you guys have like any plans on like how to encourage and promote collaboration and interaction between students from human nutrition, medicine, and psychology in SOMS?
What were you gonna say? Medicine, I have connections. Same thing. Psychology, I have friends in psych as well. So can you say? Okay. So one of the, I think what we, Chloe, believe are like one of the main causes that they just never hear about the events, or they hear about it last minute. So so one of the main goals, the main strategy to tackle that would be promoting it further, making sure everyone is aware. That can be obviously by Instagram posts and so on, which you already do, and also using our connections, our friends, and so on, year reps, course reps, WhatsApp group chats for those years or courses, etc., to promote the events. Let them know that it's there. Let them know that it's there to help them, to make them have fun on campus instead of always being engrossed in a lot of work that they're stressing. So that's how we would like to tackle that problem.
Okay, suppose let's say that EMS got delayed and then it got approved closer to the event. So you guys have like a week, let's say a week of time to promote. Like, how would you like handle this kind of situation? Because usually when it's reaching out the students from like all 3 schools, we need more time to to post in IG and all, like to promote. But if it's like a less time, maybe you guys could face this kind of situation. Like how would you handle this kind of situation when it's like a very small amount of time?
Yeah, no, but like, oh yeah, but like we can have them already beforehand to post.
If you didn't get approved for the EMS, we cannot do anything.
Yeah, no, but like, no, I'm saying like after it gets approved, we already have all the resources available to us.
Yeah, but we only have 1 week to promote us. The main point is this. I mean, first thing, we need to avoid the situation happening.
Yeah, yeah.
And second, if the situation very bad, then
Like I say, make sure to send the EMS thing early. Send the EMS solution early. Someone to.
this is when
Yeah.
we still need to come up with a problem solving things. You go first.
Uh,
I will say something later.
I think there's not really much to tackle. It's more like trying to avoid the situation as much. So, to answer that question, always like the first thing, obviously, like to avoid the situation as much as possible, to have a delayed EMS approval for whatever reason it might be. Maybe like we're submitting it late or so on and so forth. So obviously, like try to prevent the root cause from happening. About if it actually happens, from what there's not really much we can do about it other than just doing our best, promoting as much as possible, since in this it is also part of our job to adapt to any unfortunate circumstances and to do our best with the resources we have at hand. So that's just the best answer we could give at this moment.
Can you suggest some specific activities or initiatives you can do to connect psychology, human nutrition, and medicine students?
To closer the relationship between the three courses. So first, I think we will collaborate with SPIN and MAMAS as they are the clubs under us, not under us, but we are close to. So we can approach to psychology students and medicine students at the same time. So if they work together, they can get closer and they can build a relationship. For human nutrition students, although they don't have their new club or societies yet, but they are going, maybe if when they have, we will try to collaborate with them. But if they don't have, we will just invite them to join. As I am the human nutrition students, I have more chance to approach to them. So I can ask my friends to join. I can introduce all the events to them. Because someone, they be not following the SOMA's Instagram page, and they may be not aware of those posts, advertising poster or what. So if I just ask them and I just share with them, they will have more chances to approach. So they can think like if they are free, they can join. Because there are human nutrition students there, they can build connections, and also with the medicine and psychology students.
In your third manifesto, you talked about fostering alumni connections. Since human nutrition, psychology, and medicine are three very distinct disciplines, what challenges do you anticipate in building alumni connections and how would you address them?
You want to know? Okay, addressing. You can say I can lay. I see the issues. Then you. So, I'm just going to start briefly talking about alumni connection for each course. For medicine, we have, I would say, like a good alumni system. Like we can hear from professionals about how their pathway is like. We have events where they talk, so on and so forth. So like we know how our career is gonna be like. We know what we're supposed to do and so on. Psychology, as I'm not sure, as I don't know anyone in psychology personally, but knowing that there have been a very long-standing course on this campus, they have a lot of alumni, and like the current students can look at their predecessors to see how they walked and how they progressed their career as a blueprint. For human nutrition, since it's a very new course, there's no graduates as of yet. They're still going to graduate. The first graduate batch is going to be at the end of this year. So it's going to be very difficult to find any Monash graduate alumni. So what we would do is we would try to invite professionals in the nutrition field to guide them in exploring multiple career choices available, whether it be community nutrition, research, and public health, to provide them a clearer vision of their future pathways. So we're talking about fostering alumni connections. We're obviously gonna care about every single SOMAS course, but we also want to put extra emphasis for human nutrition students, which they deserve, especially as a new course as well.
So guys, one last question. Okay, this is related to the manifesto. So in the manifesto, you guys mentioned that you guys have plans to support students who are going through, like who are facing mental health issues or like any academic difficulties or integrity issues. So for now, do you guys have like any specific strategies or like any plans on like how you guys would support them, like that would be effective for them?
Okay, so we have two different stages. So one of the first stages are organizing stress relief sessions. They can be like fun events so they can relax and like detox from all the stress and everything. This we can do this in partnership with the mental health ambassadors on campus who are like whose main job is to make events to make all the students relax from all the stress that they're feeling. The other one can be for like more severe cases. Can be like if they require counseling, they need someone to hear for. You want someone to listen to them. So there are two things we can do. First one is CHW, which is the Council Health and Wellbeing on campus. These basically it's basically a department that's equipped with 4 very professional counselors that you can apply for on the SOAR's website, and then you'll be assigned to one, and you can book whenever you want a meeting or a counseling session to go with them. And if it's really urgent, you can also just email them directly, and they will be more than gladly try to make time for you as well. There's a subdivision under CHW called the Peer Student Supporter Program. These are students within our campus who are specifically trained for psychological first aid, to be able to help the students on campus in case counselors are not available, or to be the linking bridge between students and counselors. So these are two main ways we can tackle this situation. Obviously one of the main things will be promoting these types of supports, since not many people know about these options, especially about the peer student support, since like it's not something that's very popular, even though there's like dozens of students under the program ready to help anyone available. And that is how we would do it.
Yeah, that would help students like who are facing mental health issues. But what about the students who are going through like academic difficulties and who are going through like some integrity issues?
So if the students faces some academic issues or mental health issues and they approach to us, so we'll listen to what are the specific issues. So if they are related to maybe the unit problems and they don't wish to fill up the CERT2 and also the ESSFS form, they think that is useless or what, so we will try to listen and we will try to speak to the EMO as well as their lecturers or also their professors. So we will be the bridge, or will be the middle person to try to overcome this challenge. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your responses. That's all the questions we have for today.
All right, thank you, office bearers. So right now we will open the floor to the audience, be it online and physical. The mic is- All right, yes.
Hello. Okay. So we join a bit. Okay. So hi. I just have one question regarding what I think Ali mentioned on trying to prioritize human nutrition for the career workshop. All those are I agree, but I do have one question as so you're trying to prioritize them. So does that mean the other courses, all those, what are you going to do with them? If let's say you're going to shift more attention to human nutrition, if let's say, what's your strategy without actually just fully focusing on human nutrition and also being able to show the spotlight to psychology and medicine, as there's also a lot of other pathway for them as well. As psychology student, they can either go masters or they can go other areas of work such as like marketing or like HR as well. They have other fields as well. So how are you going to explore this while still actually prioritizing human nutrition so that both sides still get the most benefit with their current condition? So basically equity, where everybody gets what they need in this sense.
So I'm gonna say like what I meant by prioritizing nutrition is to make sure. So I'll start with talking about human nutrition. So when I said prioritizing, it's not necessarily to just ignore psychology and med students, especially psychology, but it's like to put human nutrition students in the discussion because they were never ever put in a discussion. They will always be put on the back of the bus essentially. No one knows about them. No one knows about their course, even though they're struggling. And since their new course, they're like, oh, this is no graduates, so just think about it later. We want to think about it now. So that's what I meant by prioritizing. We will obviously still care about our psychology and medical students, especially also about psychology, as I am aware that they have a lot of like struggles with career pathways recently and like knowing what to do. That's obviously something we'll also tackle with the help of with the campus staff and using the connections available. We'll try to orchestrate the most beneficial workshops or events for them so they have a clear idea of what to do and not be stressed by it in the future. That's how we would tackle it. Good.
Okay, all right, thank you for that. So right now, seeing as there are no additional questions, both from the YouTube live and the audience, we will now pass it back to the candidates for your closing statement.
Okay, so thank you, Justin. Thank you all. So as a SOMAS representative, your certification is our priority. So our past experience builds what we are today, and we intend to enhance their experience on campus through opening up guidance to future career pathways to our students and facing your welfare in your course and actively listening to your voices on how we must improve. At the end of the day, we aim to be the representatives of our school needs and bring SOMAS to the next level in collaboration with everyone of you. However, that can only be done if you entrust us to represent you. So if you are willing to give us this trust, can please vote for us. Thank you for everyone for turning into our debate. We would also like to give a special thanks to the election committee and also the other office bearers for making this opportunity possible for us. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you once again to the candidates, existing office bearers, and the audience. We hope that you have found this debate session insightful and engaging. Here are some key dates to take note of. The voting period will be between the 13th of October to the 17th of October 2025. The vote will take place via the official e-voting platform, and more information is to be shared later on. Also, do follow us on our Instagram for more updates about the MUSA 2025 elections. Our debates will also be available on our MUSA YouTube channel as well. So with that, thank you for joining us and have a great day.